Hey guys, thanks for tuning back in, or for the first time, if you're here for the first time, to Ducks, Hockey, and More. Hey, I'm trying something new. I'm going to start a new series um, revolved around any NHL players, specifically Ducks players, but I am going to do lots of different players. But I want to do a series called What Happened to That Guy? And the first one in this series is going to be Bobby Ryan. Stick around, guys. So, hey, thanks for tuning into this one. This is my first of a series. I want to start doing a series about what happened to that guy. In other words, players that were drafted by any team, but specifically Duck players that were drafted pretty high, notable players, right? And then they're no longer with the Ducks. Where did they go? What happened? What happened to that guy? Okay, this one's about Bobby Ryan. Okay, Bobby Ryan. Born in 87 in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. He was drafted in 2005. Now, if people that don't know hockey very well, let me fill you in on the 2005 draft, okay? In 2005, the first overall pick went to the Pittsburgh Penguins, okay? They won the lottery in that draft. And the Anaheim Ducks, unfortunately, ended up picking number 2. Had they not won the draft and the number 1 pick went to the Anaheim Ducks, guess who the Anaheim Ducks would have on their team? Sidney Crosby. That's right. You heard me. Pittsburgh Penguins got the number 1 pick overall in the 2010 draft, and they picked Sidney Crosby. Of course they did. Bobby Ryan was picked number 2 overall by the Anaheim Ducks, just behind Sidney Crosby. Can you imagine? Think about that. Being the number 2 pick behind Sidney Crosby. Or think about the Ducks had they got Sidney Crosby as the number 1 overall pick, right? Oh my God. It's just crazy to think. But, and there's a lot of talk, obviously, Connor Bedard could be like a Sidney Crosby, right? Maybe, and teams that land a Connor Bedard might end up being like the Pittsburgh Penguins, and they'll have this amazing player for just years to come, and he'll be a franchise player, and cups and all kinds of stuff will start coming to that team's way if Connor Bedard is as good as they say he is, and could be like a Sidney Crosby. Doesn't matter. We're talking Bobby Ryan, okay? What the hell happened to that guy? Anyways, 2010, second pick overall in that draft, first round, behind our Sidney Crosby we were just talking about. He's a winger. He played for 3 different teams: the Anaheim Ducks for 6 seasons, the Ottawa Senators for 7 seasons, and then he played for the Detroit Red Wings for 1 year, and now he's no longer playing. He still could be if he really wanted to. So he is a free agent, but he's had some issues, and we're going to talk about that in a second. His career stats, okay? He's played 866 games, okay? So he's got a lot of games under his belt. 866 games played, 261 goals, 308 assists for 569 points. Okay, 569 points in 866 games, okay? That's over a half a point a game, all right? So Bobby Ryan was no joke, okay? He had skills. I remember when we drafted him, the Anaheim Ducks, I was very excited. Obviously, we wanted Sidney Crosby. We knew that was not going to happen, but Bobby Ryan, what a pick he was. And he was pretty dynamic as a player. In his early seasons, he had over 30 goals in 4 of the 6 seasons he played with Anaheim. Very good, very exciting player to watch. Very dynamic, great hands, great shot. Bobby Ryan, man, he was great. Basically, what happened is he ended up going to Ottawa. Okay, he played 7 seasons in Ottawa, and in 2019, he had some alcohol issues. Okay, not that long ago, really. So, had some alcohol addiction issues. He basically said, "I'm gonna go into the NHL assistance program and get cleaned." He did. Okay, when he came back that same year for the Ottawa Senators, after all that. He came back his very first game back after that alcohol assistance program, scored a hat trick, 3 goals. Ottawa fans really embraced Bobby Ryan. They respected and appreciated him for not only the player he was, but for doing that. And so did I. I mean, Bobby Ryan was a great Duck, so I had a lot of admiration for him, and I wanted success for him, obviously. But he scored a hat trick in his first game back after that, and that was awesome. So he ended up going and signing a one-year deal with the Detroit Red Wings. I think that was just the 2021 season. Yeah, or it might have been the 21-22 season. Either way, signed. That was the last year he played for any NHL team, the Red Wings. I think he had 7 goals, 7 assists, so it wasn't the greatest of things. But in more recent news, this last summer, in 2022 in the summer, I want to say around August, he was traveling and he was caught in the Nashville airport. Apparently, he was drunk. Okay, so he relapsed, was drinking, got inebriated. He was even on camera caught trying to shoplift. I mean, so long story short, he did get arrested. He spent some time in the jail, not long, but long enough to get sober. And I think they just released him and dropped all the charges. So it was kind of nice for them to do that for him. And it was a reality check for Bobby Ryan again. Okay. And he basically said, I'm not going to do that again. Right? Sometimes it takes getting in trouble to realize what you're doing and how you need to change. So, and the more recent news is Bobby Ryan is now not working for Ottawa, but he is actually on the Coming in Hot podcast. It's called Coming in Hot, and it's an Ottawa Senator podcast called Coming in Hot. And he has now joined that team of people that are related to that podcast. So pretty cool for Bobby Ryan. I'm glad to see that he is back working and he's in the NHL-ish type of genre, if you will. So good for him. And I know the Ottawa fans and people of Ottawa who like Bobby Ryan, a lot do apparently, have given him a ton of support. And they're very happy for him and they're encouraging him to get on the straight and narrow again. And, they're excited for him. And I am too. I really hope that he stays out of trouble, stay away from the bottle. It's obviously an issue for him. But good for you, Bobby Ryan. Great Duck. Loved Bobby Ryan when he was an Anaheim Duck. He had an interesting career, pretty good career. And, hey, when you're taken second overall after Sidney Crosby, you better be pretty darn good. And he was. I thought he was a great addition to the Anaheim Ducks for the 6 years he played for us. Very fun to watch. Very dynamic player. So, hey, that's where Bobby Ryan is now. Stay tuned for another one of these. I will let you guys know probably about every week. I'm going to put out, where the heck is that guy? Okay, so thanks for watching. Any comments about it? Please let me know down below. Don't forget to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel because I want to blow it up. Thanks, guys. See you next time.